Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Military History Chronicles. Myself, Eric, my good friend Will.
Yo.
Welcome to another episode here. I see the regulars out there. I see Jim. I see Chardal. I see Cryptic, and I like your suggestion. What happened to Civil War generals after the Civil War? I like that. That's a good topic.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a great topic. Some of them even went on to be president of the United States. Imagine that. Yeah, I like that. That could be great. And yes, yeah, we occasionally hit sports, but it's just in passing. We're definitely here for history, no doubt about it. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it, Cryptic. All right, today it's going to just be more of our of a current events, just talking about what's going on out there. Nothing specific today. And I'll take suggestions. If you guys want to talk about something out there, just put it in the chat, and we'll hit it up as best we can. Thanks, Shadow. Appreciate it. Yeah, just got off of NorCal. Yep. Talked to Dan for a little bit afterwards, and then we're right back in here in history.
Yeah, I like it. I have to blur. I mean, I obviously tell what that flag is behind me.
Yeah, I got you.
But I have to blur just in case someone. Oh my god!
You got privacy and all. Yeah, I got you. I hear you.
So,
Bridge collapse. Yeah, that's kind of the big thing right now.
Yeah, that was wild.
What in the hell happened, man?
Like, what the frick was going on there, man? Like,
okay, perfect, Cryptic. Okay, we can get into that. Are we buying conspiracy theories? Yeah. Honestly, accidents happen, and until something else comes out, accidents happen. They do. Right. Sometimes these accidents can lead to something pretty damn bad. I mean, you guys, there's a great channel out there called The Flight Channel. It's all one word. And they go over all the different accidents that happen with aviation. And there's no conspiracy. It's just accidents.
If you want the maritime version of that, look for a channel called Drakenfell and another one called Brick and Mortar.
There you go. See? So it happened. I mean, remember Exxon Valdez? Yeah, you had a drunk captain. Whoops. From what I heard, yeah.
Just a little leak.
A little bit. Supposedly the ship lost power, right? Is that the last I heard?
Well, if you look at the video, it looked like it lost power a couple of times, and then it steered like right to the bridge. It was a little strange there. I thought you wanted to avoid that.
You know what? If they were getting intermittent power, they're probably trying to correct it.
Probably. Well, that's right. You know, it's like driving an RV on ice. You know, every action needs a counteraction, right? Just like you flying a helicopter.
So if you're making a correction, but then the power goes out,
it's all delayed. Yeah,
everything's delayed. And next thing you know, boom, you hit.
I remember that now. In my short time in the Navy, we did maneuver boards. We did that's what maneuver boards are, is how to maneuver a ship out of port and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. And it has nothing to do. Don't pay attention to where the ship was from. What's up, Los?
It's cracking, Los.
Awesome. It's just because it's flagged under, I think, Singapore, right? Is that where it was, or something like that?
It was Singapore flag, but it was manned by Indians.
But when it's in a harbor of whatever port it may be, it's not the crew that is piloting, quote unquote, the ship. Each harbor has a pilot crew because they're the ones that are familiar with the harbor. They know exactly how to navigate when you're in the harbor. Then once it gets to a certain distance out, the crew takes over, and then they sail on to wherever their next port of entry may be. So, yeah. Oh, they said the ship had some issues. Oh, so maybe some maintenance stuff. A lot of times, that's where it leads. A lot of times it leads to maintenance, issues with maintenance. Absolutely. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, people have lost their lives because of it.
That could have been so much worse, though.
It could have been. Could you imagine if that happened in like rush hour?
Dude, I was thinking like, remember what was it, Minneapolis back? What was it, Minneapolis?
When that bridge fell, yeah.
Remember that? That was wild, bro.
That was bad. I remember that one. Yep. Good. That's a good call. What was I gonna say? Some of the blame that I'm seeing out there, I quite don't understand it. but whatever. It is what it is.
That's too early to blame anything.
Yeah, people make politics of everything, and it just kind of pisses me off.
It's too ambiguous to. I mean,
Area 51. Hey, look at that. I know a little bit about that, Los. Matter of fact, I knew someone who worked out there. So
I am a huge fan of Bob Lazar.
Bob Lazar, a little weird.
He's a little weird dude, but man, I tell you what.
That documentary that's on, I think I saw it on Discovery Plus. I can't remember who did it.
It's on the BitChute as well.
Yeah, it was an interesting. As a matter of fact, I think the
He's
people,
a sharp dude.
the guy, I think, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it the Coast to Coast guys who?
Yeah,
helped
George
make that-
Knapp, Art
George
Bell.
Knapp. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, and then George Norrie is now continuing on trying.
Yep.
There's another guy that's involved now too. Is a younger guy. I think he's probably around your age. Who has been interviewing him over the last few.
Yeah, the guy, he does all the investigations.
Yeah, he does.
He
all the
works for George
biographies.
Knapp. He works.
Oh
for
yeah,
George
yeah,
Knapp.
that's right. Yeah.
Yep. Coast to Coast, man. That's a great listen every. So sometimes it gets a little kooky, but
Yeah,
it's a fun
they
listen.
get the occasional. All right, this guy's obviously full of crap. They do a pretty good job filtering these guys out, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you don't belong, yeah, you're not getting in that place.
Oh man, I tell you what, one of the scariest buildings we had on our post was there's two scary buildings. First was the SF compound. Now, good luck going to Special Forces compound if you're not qualified to get in there. They'll black bag you real quick. But the other one was this glass building. It was just all glass, like 4 stories of glass. And that was the CID building. That was Criminal Investigation.
Oh, I know that. That's the equivalent of Air Force OSI.
Yeah, and
Office of
NCIS.
Special
Yeah.
Investigation. Yeah, all that stuff. All the special investigators who. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You go through if you're in a military installation, you go through the wrong freaking door, you can end up on the end of a gun real quick. I mean, holy shit,
Man,
man.
I was supposed to out process. What's going on?
We used to send these guys when they would in process over to
You played the jokes on
yeah. So
Ah!
they would go to the so we ended up sending them over to the Special Forces dog kennel, and the dogs come out. Boop, 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 they start attacking the fences.
We would send guys to security forces. We'll send them down to security forces and ask them for a bottle of K9P.
Oh shit!
We're out of that special oil. It's called K9P. The only people that have it is security forces. So go over there, go ask the front desk. Hey, I need a bottle of K9P.
Yeah. We used to do the exhaust.
Oh man.
Hey, the Sergeant First Class so and so needs an exhaust sample. Oh, okay. And then they'll go over there. They'll fill up a big old bag full of exhaust. Like, here you go, Sergeant. I didn't ask for that. What the hell is this? Get this out of here.
This could work for both jets and also prop-driven aircraft. If you're a prop jet, you go tell a young guy, hey, go get me a bucket of prop wash.
Bucket of prop wash, yeah.
or get me a bucket of jet wash.
Headlight, headlight
man.
fluid. Get some headlight fluid.
Headlight fluid. Hey,
a box of grid squares.
you tell an airman, hey, did you change out the summer air with winter air? And they look at you like,
oh
what?
Yeah,
you got to change out the summer air and put in winter air. And they go, what? I love it, man.
I tell you what, the motor
times.
pool you gotta do something in the motor pool. Sometimes it's boring days.
Oh my gosh, man. Good times. Good times. Have you ever heard of the phone physical?
Oh, I'm going, man.
That's what you do, man. But you got to be close by. So you get on the phone, right? And you'll call a work center. Hey, is Sergeant or is Airman Smith there? Yeah, hold on one second. So Airman Smith answers, yeah, this is Sergeant so-and-so from the hospital. We're doing something new. We're doing a phone physical. Can you please start off by putting the phone to your heart? So everyone's watching him, and he's he's doing that to you. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Airman Smith. Can you now please do 10 jumping jacks by keeping that phone on your... And he's in his office jumping jacks. Man, that's great.
Here's a good one. My old man, when he was in the Navy. Well, the Navy has a rank called Seaman. Everybody knows this, right? So my dad would call in to the front. They had the front desk there. This guy would be working. And he's like, yeah, I need to get a hold of Seaman Stangs. and she would go on. She would go on the PA and go, Seaman Stangs, you got to call the front desk. Seaman Stangs.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
The things we do in the military, man.
I know.
It's just to fight boredom, really, is all we're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And let's be honest. You know,
It builds character.
We're
right?
serving time. When you're in the military, you're pretty much serving time.
Yeah. Yeah, Jim, we kind of a little bit off track a little bit. Yeah, but
a little off track, but yeah, too early to tell what's going on there.
It really is. I don't want to make too many presumptions on that. You could guess, but it definitely looked like there's some issues going on with the boat.
I mean, obviously the bridge has got some pretty good importance. I mean, that's the Francis Scott Key Bridge, you know, and for 1 and 2, that's a major. Baltimore is a major hub of industry for the freaking maritime industry to begin with. But
yeah, Los Area 51 or Groom Lake, whatever you want to call it, that thing's been around for a very long time.
Oh yeah. Shit, you know, back in the day when my grandfather was working for was it Norman Rockwell? They were down there by Vandenberg. They were flying the SR-71 around back then.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people were like, "Oh, that's a UFO." No, that's the SR-71.
Right.
You just don't know what it is yet.
Look, and I'm not gonna fall into the whole, no, they got UFOs. It's a base where they test experimental aircraft. You got to have a place like that. You got to have a location to where you can test certain aircraft that you don't want other people to know.
Right.
So, and they got a lot of underground type of hangar because the reason why a lot of the stuff's underground, well, you got satellites flying over.
Satellites.
You know what's funny?
Nuclear attack.
At Beale Air Force Base, they had what did they have? They had something printed on top of the roof because they knew the Soviets were always flying over Beale Air Force Base.
Yeah.
So they printed something on the roof so that the Soviets can read. Excuse me.
You good?
I can't remember what it was.
I got the same freaking cough thing going on too. It's driving me nuts.
Oh, that was just the wrong pipe.
You want to smoke a blunt, Charlotte? Go ahead, man. Nobody's telling you can't.
Oh my God! All right, there we go. Yeah. Not now. Anyways, so yeah, could there be some weird stuff there? Could be. I'm not going to say there is or there isn't. Who knows? But I do know that they test a lot of the experimental aircraft out there.
No.
Gosh, what else is going on out there?
It's been kind of quiet lately, to be honest. I mean, other than the terrorist attack that they had.
Oh, the terrorist attack in Russia.
Was a little crazy. It's yeah, that was.
The funny thing is, remember, we were talking about this on the show. That there's going to be something. They were talking about it. Well, everyone was worried that there was going to be a false flag with Putin's election coming up.
But the election already happened, though.
The UK and the US had warned Russia, saying, "Hey, we got information. There may be a terrorist attack." Of course, Putin poo-pooed it, thinking it's some type of trickery. Well, lo and behold, what does ISIS do? They go into
See, that's just so strange, though. Why ISIS and why now? Like,
who knows? They supposedly took credit. They took credit.
Yeah, I think.
And everyone's validating that it's them.
I smelled the CIA on that one.
I'm not going to say that it ain't. I'm not going to say it ain't. You know who it ain't, though? It ain't the damn Ukrainians.
No, it's not the Ukrainians.
No way.
Well, think about it like this, too. Russia is they've actually done a pretty good job lately of bridging the gap between them and the Muslims. And right now, them and the Chechens they're hand in hand. The Chechens are fighting.
You know what's crazy? That history wasn't always that way.
It wasn't always
remember,
that way.
Yeah. When Putin was still just a foreign minister, just before he became president, he was ruthless with the Chechens in 1999 and 2000.
Man, one of the most brutal videos I ever saw when video media was first new to the internet. I saw the Russians cutting off a Chechen's head back in 2001, and it was freaking brutal. That's what they were doing to these guys.
Yep.
With the damn buck knife of all things.
Yep.
If you want to, this might whet Los' appetite. If you want to go down the realm of conspiracy, ask me why ISIS despite all of their anti-Semitic rhetoric, has never attacked Israel.
Here's a question.
Even though they've had plenty of opportunities.
You know what's funny, Los, that you mentioned that, because I was just thinking about that today. Real quick, let me hit D-Shot real quick. Russia was supposed to launch massive air. They did. They launched massive air raids for like 4 days straight against Ukraine. Bad. As a matter of fact, one of their missiles flew over Poland on the way to hit.
Yeah, the Poland thought they were being attacked, so they launched fighter aircraft.
They did. That could have got weird quick.
That was getting weird, but luckily Poland's got cooler heads, and
they do. Yes, but yeah, the Russians have been launching so many air raids against Ukraine. I think they did it. It was right after, because one thing Ukraine is doing, you see what they're doing, the oil refineries. They're blowing them the fuck up. They're blowing them up with those drones. I mean, it is no joke. They're hitting Russia where Russia needs to be hit.
Right.
Because that's where they're making their money.
You gotta hit them in the breadbasket, man. That's how this works.
Where are we gonna go here? We were just ice. What ice? I was thinking about that. What is, and I'm sure there's probably literature out there. I'm pretty sure there's experts out there. What is the relationship between ISIS, Al Qaeda, because they're still around, Hamas, right, Hezbollah? Is there a cooperation? Because it seems like there's a territorial thing. You know what I'm saying?
It's weird because there's video of supposed ISIS members on camera shaking hands with Israeli soldiers on the border. Like, hey, how you guys doing? Nice to meet you. It's like, what? Wait. Hold on a second here. Aren't you guys supposed to not like each other? What's going on? Hey, what's going on, Glenn? It doesn't pass. It makes you think, and again, we live in the day and age of proxy wars. We don't, for the most part. And we have been since the Cold War was like where it all started. All these proxy wars, using one puppet to go attack your opponent, and going back to what you're talking about, what the hell actually is ISIS? Who answers to who? I mean, so what does it? The ISIS, they claim
was a derivative of Al Qaeda, right? Once Al Qaeda started getting wiped out in Iraq,
supposedly, yeah, and they want to bring back the caliphate and whatnot. So if that's the case, are they like the supreme overall head of things?
Okay.
Or?
See, now we're getting somewhere because now we're talking ideology. Because let me get this right. The Shiites was about,
and that's another thing too.
The Sunnis and the Shiites.
Exactly.
It's like, both Muslim, but one follows the descendant of Muhammad, and the other one is all about the caliphates.
Right.
So it's like
the Levant and the caliphate.
It's
so convoluted to this. Like, okay, what the hell is going on here?
It can't be easy.
I don't know. I think it's, I don't know. As far as the terrorist attack goes in Russia, could it be ISIS? It very well could be.
Could have been.
And if it is ISIS, who was behind ISIS? I can't begin to tell you that. I have my own suspicions on that. It could be controlled opposition.
Well, let's not forget, ISIS also struck Iran during Soleimani's anniversary of his death.
They did. They blew up the damn funeral and they killed 300 people on that.
But who is listen, but think about this. Who is Iran supporting?
Right there, their opposition.
Iran is supporting Russia. So you got ISIS that hits Iran.
It doesn't make any sense.
You see? So ISIS hits Iran. So because Iran is supporting Russia, now they're going to hit Russia. I don't know.
Shouldn't they be attacking Israel? Shouldn't they be attacking Israel? Shouldn't they be attacking us? I mean, I don't know. We're the great Satan after all, right? I mean, this is it smells a little funky. It smells a little bit like Limburger.
Yeah.
We used prior to the whole Vietnam War, we were using the Hmongs back in the day to do guerrilla warfare against.
They knew how to fight
the Vietnamese
because that's their home territory. They knew how to fight in that.
Oh yeah, before we had boots on ground.
The mountain people.
Oh yeah, the Montagnards.
Yep, the Montagnards. Yep, absolutely. Real quick, we're getting seeing a lot of questions in here.
Oh shit! Yeah, we
may sound stupid, but how do you explain crop circles? I think that was already answered, right? That's already been kind of debunked.
Yeah.
Crop circles. People actually make them.
Yeah, there's been several documentaries on that. Well, I could point you to an early History Channel documentary if you want. I'll dig it up
Yeah.
at some point.
That's possible, Los. The U.S. could exploit the rivalry. That's possible.
100%, man.
To be honest with you, it would be smart. Just saying. Just saying.
Oh, yeah.
When you want to get down and dirty and trying to inflict harm upon your enemy, right? Would not be surprised.
Oh,
Would not be surprised.
Hey, look, the whole method of warfare is dirty as all hell. Simple, plain and simple.
War brings out the worst in people. It
Well,
100% does.
It has to.
Yeah, that's just the nature of it.
So war is war. What's the most primal instinct in mankind other than, obviously,
Yeah,
it's fighting.
fighting.
It's fighting and warfare.
Mm-hmm. It is. Ever since the beginning of time, that's what we've been doing. It's our Adamic nature, unfortunately, just the way it is.
It's how you solve conflict. Really?
Yep. To the winners go to the spoils, as they say.
Oh yeah.
Unless you're Pyrrhic. Unless it's a Pyrrhic victory.
Oh
and
yeah.
Then
it's just like,
then it's not goes to the spoil.
Let's go drink some whiskey, boys. Like, General Sherman had, not General Sherman, but General Grant had plenty of those early on in the war. They tell him they want him to quit and everything else because he was having some heavy losses.
Yeah, can't say it better there.
You know what, man? I'll tell you what.
100%.
Hey, if you're ever having a down day, just think about it. You could have been born in some other country like that, having to deal with some BS like that, have to deal with terrorists.
100%.
Yeah.
Exactly. Tyler says, how can we explain the poor bridge construction? I don't know, but I'm not going to go there. You got a big ass container ship hitting the bridge.
Well, I mean, think about it like this, though. That thing was 1,000 feet long. The size of the aircraft carrier, and it was stacked full of containers and had cargo inside of it. Man, that's a lot of mass.
That's a lot of mass.
Stopping that's not going to stop on a dime either. I mean, they have to plan. Nope. They have to plan their braking like freaking miles out.
And it sounds like they had issue. I don't think it was coasting into that bridge.
No, I don't think so either. I think that we'll see what happens. We'll see what the reports say.
Yeah, and the problem is with these when NTSB does their investigations, by the time they release the results, everybody has forgotten about it.
Right, it's going to be
2 years. It's going to be 2 years down the pike.
Exactly.
Before they come out with anything, and then people are going to go, "Oh yeah, that happened." It's going to be for long forgotten before we get any answers about what happened with that situation.
Slow grind.
Absolutely. What else? So we really didn't finish with the ISIS, man. That was crazy, though. Of course, Putin tried to spin it that it was the Ukrainians.
Those guys didn't look.
He only did that for a little while. Yeah, Sun Tzu, exactly. You know what I'm talking about, Los.
Total war, man. But I'll tell you what, though. I kind of like the Russians' methods of getting answers.
Oh, yeah, just torture them. Yeah. Cut off their ear and make them eat it.
Cut that guy's ear off, man. I mean, they don't play. They don't play by the rules, man.
But if you think about it, you're doing that. If you did that to the Pope, he would confess he did it. I mean, that's when you're inflicting bodily harm on somebody. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to say whatever it takes.
To be honest with you, though, I think more of that was done out of emotion than anything else.
Absolutely.
I mean, those guys lost, 200 of their countrymen, and they're fucking part of the French. They're pissed about it. And I get it. You got to control yourself in those scenarios, though. You can't go overboard, man.
Absolutely.
Because you want to be treated that way if you got captured? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think
so. Engineering. Well, it hit the pillar. It hit right where they connects. Yeah.
Now, which is interesting because that kind of mirrors what happened in Key West, Florida, or on the Florida Keys.
Oh, they talked about it in the 70s, right?
In the 70s. Where they had a container ship do the same kind of thing. Actually, it was the same thing, without the loss of life, I believe, though.
So more to come on that. We'll see what happens. What else is going on? in the world? I'm trying to think. Oh, I guess there's an Israeli delegation talking to the U.S. government, right?
Yeah,
About
and
the war going on.
They got a little butthurt because we didn't want to. We wanted a ceasefire or something like that.
And then about the operation in the Rafah. I guess it's still going to happen because that's going to be the next big thing.
Though they've conducted several operations too in back where the hospital was.
Oh yeah, the El Shifa. They had to go back there a couple of times because I guess they got
wonder if
word.
there's more tunnels than they thought there were.
Probably is, man. I wouldn't be surprised, or snuck in somehow. Crazy.
Yeah, Mark, that's interesting. It did seem like it went down like a little stack of cards. Here it is.
Yeah,
that was a little interesting. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, you got to remember the two supporting structures are pretty far wide apart. So once that one goes down, there's not much holding. There's not much holding all that together. So
it's like an accordion. This all
right
collapse on you.
Oh, what else we got? Let me check the chat here. Can a container take down the Bay Bridge?
Well, a damn 18-wheeler did back in the day.
What's that?
An 18-wheeler almost did back in the day. Collapsed part of the bridge. Remember that back in 2000 and was it 2007? They had a container, a fuel tanker.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Got into an accident there and collapsed part of that Bay Bridge. That's why you got a brand new one now.
Ooh, good question, Kyle.
Well, as long as people keep forking over money.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
I mean,
I do not know. We're going to get ready to come into the spring. I know Ukraine, they're I kind of mentioned it before. They're really hitting Russia where it hurts in their oil refineries. They also started leveling the Russian city of Belgorod. I don't know if you've seen that, the Belgorod.
No, I haven't seen that one.
They've been shelling the crap out of that city. Basically giving Russians the same treatment that the Russians have been giving Ukraine for the last 2 years.
Oh, there you go.
Another year? I don't know, man. I don't know. Could go longer.
There's a lot going on right now in Japan, Los. One of the biggest things they're dealing with is immigration of the not so good kind, like we're dealing with here. Yeah. They've been having a lot. I don't know what happened. My grandmother was telling me about this not too long ago, and I noticed the same thing too. But the demographics kind of been changing. They for whatever reason they have a whole bunch of Kurds, the Kurdish population, and the Kurds right now are not too enthused about how they're being treated in Japan. I mean, you're a foreigner. I mean, what do you expect? It's just, you're not in the United States for they to give everybody a free pass to Walmart. And the Kurds have been putting up all kinds of political pressure on Japan, causing a bunch of strife and protesting and whatnot. It's getting a little wild. And then the Japanese prime minister himself isn't one of the strongest right now, unfortunately.
I tell you what, gosh, this every time we talk about this, you're talking about Ukraine and Russia, but where do we always go? Yeah. Here we go. This guy's excellent. If you guys don't follow him, he's an excellent follow. He's really harping on, where United States focus needs to be, which is China. We'll get into a little bit more here.
Yeah,
real quick, let me read this out. This shows why the United States must play the role of cornerstone balancer of any anti-hegemonic coalition in Asia. Without the United States, the other countries are too weak and dispersed to stand up to China. This map highlights the balance of power. Where have we heard this word before? Remember? Realpolitik with Otto von Bismarck. Balance of power between states in the Indo-Pacific. The numbers show 2024 GDP levels. The data is from the International Monetary Fund. Let me hit show more. ROK is not shown in this map because it's almost entirely focused on the military threat from North Korea. While it is a valuable and capable ally, it cannot realistically commit a substantial amount of military resources to a potential United States People's Republic of China conflict. The treaty allies and Taiwan that contribute to deterrence and are more likely to join the United States in a potential war over Taiwan are shown in blue. India and Vietnam are shown in separate category, purple, since they are developing a closer strategic partnership with the United States and allies like Australia and Japan. They can help balance against the People's Republic of China, but their role is different compared to a treaty ally like Japan or the Philippines. Relevant here in relation to India is the Quad, i.e. United States, Japan, India, and Australia, involving the Filipinos, Vietnamese, Canadians, Kiwis, Brits, French, in various Quad meetings and or exercises should be considered. I know it's a little bit long, just bear with me.
You good?
United States treaty allies, de facto or de jure, in this anti-hegemonic coalition include Japan, Taiwan, the Philippines, Australia, and New Zealand. These 5 countries have a combined GDP of 12 trillion United States dollars. I'm just going to say the PRC by itself has a GDP of 35 trillion US dollars. 12 with the coalition with Japan, Taiwan, Philippines, Australia, New Zealand. 35 with China. Whew. If India is added to the coalition of Indo-Pac states balancing against China, the combined GDP rises from 12 to 26.3 trillion, getting close to parity right there. It is important to note that this is the measurement of economic capacity. States spend different amounts on military capabilities, and efficiency can vary considerably. Japan has spent a very, very low percentage of their GDP for decades, and it's still very low by global standards. Taiwan and Australia also continue to spend relatively small amounts of percentage of their GDP and in comparatively inefficient ways on defense compared to countries like Poland, Israel, Finland, Saudi Arabia, South Korea, and Singapore. Some of those states spend a higher percentage of GDP on defense. Others spend a much higher percentage of their defense budget on equipment. For example, Finland and Poland, making the nominal dollar usage more efficient and impactful. Some of these states are highly effective at creating large, formidable reserve forces through conscription. Man, this is sounding... Okay, anyway, Singapore, Israel, and Finland in particular. There you go. This is People's Republic of China. And the coalition that they're talking about, Japan. What is that? That's not... What is that?
Republic of Korea.
No, that's C, though.
No, yeah, that's how you spell Korea. That's the real way to pronounce it.
Okay, fair enough. So,
Or wait, no,
Korea?
excuse me. Whoa.
No, that's Korea over here. That's Taiwan. Republic of China.
But Korea is spelled with K.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I was going to say Japan, Taiwan, the Philippines. So there's your
See, this is where Japan's got to step in and get over their prejudices and help out.
Oh, Australia, Southeast. New Zealand. Okay. This is a non-aligned being India and Vietnam. But as I said in an article, India and Vietnam, which isn't that kind of ironic that Vietnam has really became an ally of the United States even after that war. I mean, it's nothing new. I mean, we went to war with the United Kingdom. We went to war with Japan, Germany. They're some of our best friends.
Well, let's not forget they were already leaning that way prior to us going to war with them. It was a very confusing war on their behalf, really.
Okay, guys, what does this sound like? You read this stuff. It's sounding an awful like, and I've said this before, and I'm taking my cues from Neil Ferguson because he talks about this quite often. He talked about this years ago. This is Cold War II. And if we're late to the party, guys, this can have some huge consequences. Because I mean, look at the economic strength that China has. Even though they're kind of on a downturn right now, they're having some issues with their economy. But look at where it is compared to quote unquote what the allies have. It's not much. It's not much at all. This is why Colby Eldridge thinks that we need to let Europe deal with what's going on in the UK. Granted, it doesn't mean that we totally ignore what's going on in Europe, because I think it's imperative that we play some role in the UK. But as far as the heavy lifting, it does need to be on Europe. It has to be on Europe. I agree. But we also have to be strong allies in that. We have to be strong allies within that organization. Okay. Now, what Colby is saying is we got to really focus on what's going on with China. I've been hearing this a lot. I mean, you guys could follow whatever you guys want to follow, but the year 2027, I keep hearing over and over and over. I don't know if you've heard the same thing, Will. Supposedly that is the time when China may decide to make their run on Taiwan.
Makes sense.
Here's the problem. How long does it take to stand up your economic strength to withstand? Oh, look at Cryptic Trader. He knows what Taiwan is all about. Yes, you are correct.
Microprocessors, my friend.
Yes, superconductors. You are correct, Mr. Cryptic Trader. Yes. Yes. But anyways, if we're not starting now, there's no way we're going to prevent anything in 2027. You might as well just say, forget it. Gig is up. No way we could do anything about it. Because China's going to do what China wants to do.
See, I think one thing that's kind of hindering this whole thing that could easily help this whole thing out here is if Japan was able to have a military.
Well, I read not that long ago, I guess Japan and the United States just had an agreement, an adjustment to their alliance or something like that, where they're going to start kicking into gear. Here's the problem, okay? This is one of the biggest problems. Europe and also in Asia. Why do you think they're not spending so much why are they not spending very much percentage-wise on their defense than, say, the United States?
Well, they got Big Daddy. That's us.
Exactly. You're right. 100%.
Why not?
100%. Now, we still need to, as you said, we still need to be the Big Daddy. But the problem is they relied too much. They got too in other words, they got used to having their defense covered for them. You know what I'm saying? They're
right.
able to.
So one of the things I propose, I'm looking at the map right now.
Mm-hmm.
If there's one thing I know about the Chinese people is they fear the Japanese.
Correct.
And they have been for over 1,000 years. I mean,
right.
If you let the Japanese have an actual military, they'll be able to help out the Taiwanese, Southeast Asia,
yes,
and start locking that thing on down. Right now, they're not able to do that because I don't know if people know this or not. They're not allowed to have a military.
They're not allowed to have. There's restrictions.
Only allowed to have a self-defense force.
And again, guys, this was after World War II because they didn't want Imperial Japan to come back.
But if there's anything that the Chinese fear is the old samurai, and that is without even question right there.
And I think that might be changing. But here's the thing: it's the same thing in Europe.
Right.
It's only been recent where a lot of these Eastern European nations, they understand the tyrannic rule of what Russia / Soviet Union can do.
That's why they fight so freaking hard to make sure it doesn't happen.
That's why Poland is bumping up.
Boom. There you go.
Problem is, they're not exactly that. Well, Poland is, but like Estonia, Latvia.
Oh no, those little small.
Those guys are. They have the resolve. I love the resolve.
But that's why you see them band together. Though you always see Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. They're always band together.
Always, and that's great. You want to see that? Well, now you got. Look, guys, when you have Sweden, who's for centuries. Okay, we're talking hundreds of years. What have they always been known for? Neutrality. They never got involved. They stayed out of it. They didn't want to have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
They are now part of NATO. As a matter of fact, they got fast-tracked into NATO. And you know why they got fast tracked into NATO? Because they're seeing what Russia is doing in Ukraine. And I would not be surprised. You know, there's a lot of fear mongering, I'm sure, but they probably have intelligence. You know, there may be other issues. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
But why would they, as a country who's always practiced neutrality, want to get involved in NATO and start bumping up their defense? I mean, it's
they see the
writing's on the wall. The writing is on the wall, guys. And I'm hopefully people like Germany and France. Look at France, the last European nation that I thought would actually start getting like on a war foot. I don't got to say war footing. That's taking it a bit
more
far.
of an aggressive take.
More aggressive, yeah. To be aggressive was France.
Yeah, I never saw it coming out. I'm like, wait,
President
hold on.
Macron.
This
Man,
guy
that
grew.
guy.
This guy's got some balls all of a sudden. Okay, right on.
Yeah, what happened?
Go for it, man. Go for it.
I mean, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
But what they're seeing though is the unbridled expansion.
They're seeing it.
They're seeing the Soviet Union again in real time.
Yes, they are. And we're guys, we're all witnessing. Everyone in the chat, you and me, Will, we're all witnessing it
And
unfold.
the next thing you're going to see
before our eyes. And
the next thing you're going to see is the Eastern expansion. That's not happened yet, but it will happen pretty soon.
And here's the thing, guys.
It's not fear mongering either.
No, it's not. It's we're being realistic in what's happening out in the world.
Right.
And here's the thing. I don't whatever type of history you may have had when you're going into school, right? You guys, you read about World War II, you read about all these different battles, you read about the Cold War. Now you guys we're in a laboratory able to witness exactly what is happening to the world. We always ask the questions, right, in history. How did it come to that? How did Germany be able to turn so Nazified? Why was Japan able to do what it did? Why was the Soviet? Look, we're watching it. The stuff that we have learned in school is happening again before our eyes.
Interesting take here. Replace Russia with Germany and China with Japan.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
There you go. Great point.
There's your colonization, expansion, and everything else, plus the ideology as well.
Ideology, but we're witnessing it, guys. I mean, it's where is it going to go? We don't know. The only thing we can make educated guesses by what we've witnessed in the past, what's been written about it. Listen to some of the experts.
Right. And one thing you can say for certain though is both of these players, Russia and China, hate Western society in general.
They hate it. They hate it.
They're not our friends. They want nothing to do with us.
Putin hates Western civilization.
Oh man,
China hates Western civilization. Don't take our money, but they hate our civilization.
If you showed a Bill of Rights in front of Putin's face, you would run away like it's a damn cross, you know.
I mean, I'd say it's a fantastic time because I love history. But I mean, you're just witnessing what's going on is just, whew. Oh, what did we got here? I'm just looking at all my likes that I've got out here. I saw that and I was like,
but yeah, that would definitely. I was just thinking about that. If Japan was able to actually shed their past, so to speak, and grow the military, they could definitely help out in that region.
Yeah,
and one thing about Japan, especially these days, they like Korea. There's still some racial bias there. It's funny saying it because they're both Asians, right? But it's not like that. They look at them very much differently. But Taiwan has always been a place that the Japanese have always liked, and they vacation there. It's people vacation there all the time. Same with Korea. And these are places that Japan would definitely put up a fight for. I mean, if you give them the opportunity to do.
Absolutely. Cryptid says France sucks at war. Well, not in the 1800s.
Historically, they were all right. Historically, they're pretty.
Napoleon did
Recently,
a pretty good job. He got all the way to the gates of Moscow. So
yeah,
France has the ability. They do. They do have the ability, but they got to go through some change. Absolutely.
Right now they're just throwing their damn foreign legionnaire, buddy.
Yeah.
God, I wouldn't want to be a foreign legionnaire. If you have to earn a buck that way, you might as well just go punch somebody in the face, go to prison for a while.
And this is why I'm so adamant that the United States, we got to be able to show some leadership on a global scale. And it can't be wishy-washy. It's got to be legitimate, understand the consequences. You cross, quote unquote, a line, there's going to be hell to pay. Look what's going on. I mean, we're still.
But I mean, it's so hard.
This is March 27th, and the Houthis are still launching shit.
From freaking Miami Vice boats, from freaking Miami Vice tuna boats, man. They're launching missiles at it. I mean, and they're killing people too.
Yep.
It's amazing. One thing that's not helping us here in this country either is I imagine every newspaper these people open up in foreign countries, they see Biden versus Trump, divided nation.
It is.
That doesn't help our.
It doesn't.
That's weakness. That's what that is.
And you want to talk political parties? I mean, the Republican Party, they're destroying themselves. They're eating themselves alive.
Oh man, they want to get rid of the Speaker of the House.
They want to get rid of the Speaker of the House. Again,
all right. Can you guys just pass something? Can you guys not have a recess? Can you do something, please?
Thank you. Come
Stop
on.
this bullshit.
Look, guys. I understand people they're passionate about what they want. Okay. But when you have to run
government, what we want.
You got to be able to compromise, right? You can't have everything.
There's going to be no perfect Congress.
Exactly. You got to compromise. You give a little bit of their stuff. You have to work that way. Otherwise, government look at this. You got a rogue 10 members of Congress who wants to totally derail the entire process.
Hey, you know what? Romo, check it out. It's like this. It's like you have I don't know what you guys call them in the Air Force, but it's like you got a new guy reporting to your platoon or your squad, and he's not getting along well with somebody else in your squad. Well,
right.
Hey, guess what, guy? You got to get along with this motherfucker because he's your buddy.
Yep.
Maybe you'll go to battle together. Maybe one day your life will depend on him. But you got to get together. You got to make something happen here. There's none of this BS going on here. Figure it the F on out. Be an adult. Grow the F up. They don't do that anymore. They drop the ball. They go home.
The grown-ups in the room.
They fight and they do all this weird BS.
It's stupid.
They go attack each other on Twitter like a bunch of high school drama.
No, man. It's like, what is going on, man? I don't understand it. I don't. And you know what? The American people are getting tired of it. I hope they are. Because this is how our government should work. It's ridiculous. I mean, I'm tired of it.
I mean, if I acted this way at work, I'd be in the unemployment line every few months,
Exactly.
I don't like you, therefore I'm going to just treat you like crap, or, no, that's not how this works, man. You gotta, I hate to say it, and the word that they use in the business world is be presidential. And I think that it's actually a pretty good saying, really. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I get it. But you have to be to an extent, right?
Right.
You be a grown up.
Right.
This is not about petty things, right? This is not about your own. Look, when you're in a government office, it's not about you.
It's about your constituents.
It's about It's about your constituents. That's your priority, right? Not about what's best for you.
Right.
And the more people come to that realization, then we got something.
That's the part that I hate the most. And then one thing, and the other thing, when they start talking, here's the worst part I hate about this. When they start talking, all you hear is, well, I try to do this. I try to do that. No. Well, how about we talk about your people, what you're doing for them, not this me, I bullshit.
Yep. Exactly.
God damn.
It's just, it's so frustrating, man.
It really is.
And I don't know, you know what it's going to take to galvanize the nation together?
You know what? I hate to say it, but either another, you know what? I'm going to Either another mass
It's
Cal
gonna
event,
it's gonna be
knock on
something
wood, hope it don't
catastrophic.
happen,
Something
or a
catastrophic has to
war.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something catastrophic has to happen. And then people will go, oh, I guess maybe we should have
Maybe
freaking
it's
done
time
something.
to really be an American now and stop being a bunch of weirdos on Twitter.
How about being proactive instead of reactive? Yeah, it might get you somewhere. But
God.
man.
Well, Kyle, if they still want my fat ass, you could probably get in the army pretty quickly, dude. Oh man, it's just so frustrating. And
it is. And I'll say this again. Has social media, has it helped in certain things?
Oh hell.
Look, I could sit here with Will. I could see you guys. I'm sitting here with the chat. You guys are relaxing wherever you're at.
Oh, this is awesome.
I'm able to interact with you guys. We're able to have a nice discussion. We could talk about things. I love that aspect. But on the other hand, people, they revert back to when they were in high school.
Yeah.
It's the most disgusting. It's just, I don't even
you can
understand.
see the tribal mentality. You can see all in
Yes.
action. You know, you got the tribes going at each other, and it's just like it's like watching the girls fight the quad back in high school. Right?
Yeah.
You know, it's like what the hell is this?
Stupid, man. It's like,
what are we doing here?
Can we please? You know, this is 2024. Let's act like we've actually progressed as a society. Please, come on. I'm asking just one thing. Can we have some?
Think about it. The Declaration of Independence. It took them a long time to decide to go to war with Great Britain. Mm-hmm. But they compromised. They figured it out. They compromised. You know, they got there and they made it happen. It takes time. Compromise always takes time. You know, instead of attacking your political opponent on Twitter, why not just talk to the guy? Hey, let's go to lunch.
Yeah. How about that? You know what? You might actually get something done.
Hey,
you might actually get something done.
You know what? I don't agree with the way you look at this thing, but I'd like to hear a little bit more about it. Maybe I'm actually wrong here. Let's go to dinner. How about that? On me.
Yeah. Yep.
Shit. That's how you do things in the business world.
Exactly. And you know what? You may not come into an agreement at that time, but guess what? You're sowing some seeds there. Maybe something can germinate.
There you go. Be a salesman about it. I don't know, man. It seems, you know, it's that saying, you know, common sense is not so much common sense.
Yeah.
You know, it's like everybody you elect in the office is a damn psychopath to some degree with some kind of narcissistic component to them.
Thank you. Narcissism. 100%.
Because the first thing you hear
out, that's the worst thing you could have as a trait, as a political leader, is narcissism.
I mean, the first thing you hear out of their mouths is always I.
Me. Mm-hmm.
Of course. Well, what about the we? What about the us?
Exactly.
The ones who voted for you, man. What's going on there?
Man, dude. All right, that's enough of that crap. God, that gets me so worked up, man. He does.
We could be a leader for a day.
I know, right?
That's the way they feel about that one.
Man. All right, let's see what else we got in here. Hey, Dan's out there. Yep, just talking exactly what we're talking about there.
Well, I don't want to. One last touch on this.
Go for it.
I did read an article, Dan, not too long ago, where it was by a psychiatrist, and they were saying that most people who are voted into power are actually sociopaths. So
yeah,
people run for office who want to be in charge are known as sociopaths, kind of thing. And it makes sense.
Well, I guess if you can't make it out in the private businesses, I guess you go work for the government.
Right.
Right.
Really.
You can't make your money. You failed as a entrepreneur. Then hey, you know what? Maybe I'll just go get elected and then I'm fine.
Hey, I'm a good bullshitter. Guess
Thanks,
what I'm
Andrew.
going to
Appreciate
do.
it, man.
Yeah.
Lee, man. Hey, waiver in 30 minutes. Yeah, I'm not going to go tonight.
It makes you kind of feel like, could you run for office? I mean,
I know.
You know what I mean? But then, like, you got to put up with all those weirdos. Like,
you're going to need a lot of, and you know what? Unfortunately, and as we're speaking here today, you have to have the money.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have to have the money to run a campaign.
Well, see, that's the thing, though. What we really need in this country is grassroots. But we can't do it because everybody's got so.
You know what, though?
You
You
would
know
not
what,
have to go
though?
against Tom McClintock or something like that. And that guy's
You know
got
what?
freaking millions in the bank.
I'm thinking about this. Los, I don't think it can. I think it can. You know why? You know where I think you might be able to? If a person is willing to do it, it's gonna, like you said, with grassroots, it's going to take a lot of work to do, but it can be done because with social media, you could get the message out and not pay a damn thing. Whether it's not necessarily maybe with YouTube, I don't know, maybe, but definitely Twitter, you could get your message out there quick.
And if you had if you had someone that was good with with the younger population, like the 20-year-olds,
yep,
they could blow that thing up.
You could, but here's the thing: our 20-year-olds, where is their mind right now?
Well, they don't even go to work these days, so I don't know.
So I don't know. You have to concentrate on the older voter demographic. You have to.
You would, yeah.
But it's able but the thing is more and more people are connecting into social media. It's not like it's just the young people's thing anymore, right? So I think it could be done, but
you're right about that, and I think it's and then Johnny K brings up a good point. I think out of that, I think the 20-year-olds are more radicalized than anybody else.
They are very radicalized.
Yes. You and I, people like you and I, and most people in the chat, we'll talk to each other despite having opposite views.
Exactly.
But right. the others will just oh no, that's evil. Speak to me, and they walk away and shut down and try to sue you.
Hold on, got to divert. Love it. Thanks to all you guys for dragging me into this fantasy baseball.
Well,
back to studying the damn wire and reading up on
all my waiver wire picks are in, man.
Hey, come on, Dan. Oh, I gotta set my lineup tonight. I think after the waiver wire. That's what I'll do. But come on, Dan. You like it. You like that. It's fun.
God,
it's fun though. You know what? When this is the thing with because it's under your guidance. Your team is under your guidance, right? So you got to make your moves because that's what it's about. Look, fantasy, anything. It's not about what you do at the draft. It's how you handle your team.
How you manage your team. Yeah.
You got to manage it. You got to be a leader, right? You got to be a leader. And if all it takes is just drafting, then there's no fun in that. So this is going to be fun.
How many? Can I ask you? You don't have to ask for this if you don't want to. Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter. How many waivers do you have? I've got 9.
I only got 60 to use. We only got 60 to use. Well,
I've got 9 on the IL, man.
9. Oh my God. That means you're dropping a bunch of guys then. We have 3 IL and 3 bench. You're dropping 3 at least.
Well, this thing tells me I have 3 empty roster spots, so I'm like, okay. I don't know where those are, but
see, I got 3 empty bench spots, so I'm going for all 3 of my bench. Where do you select in the waiver?
4.
Ooh, you might have a good chance then.
Vince is right in front of me.
He's all ready, man. He's ready to go. He's locked in.
Probably going to snipe one. I'm pretty sure he knows his stuff. So there's a couple of guys on here. I'm pretty sure he's going to get me on.
He's locked in. Who's first? Oh, it's Senior. He's got the first pick.
You think D-Shot? You think McClain will come back this year? I don't think he's.
I don't think so.
When they say hope to return the season, I'm like,
yeah, I'd forget about that.
You can always pick it back up later, Yeah, I'm tossing him. Here's how this network works.
All right, guys, man, this was a fun conversation.
Oh, definitely.
Vince has face paint on right now with his finger on the waiver button. Yeah, he's ready to go, man. Well, I think we all got him in, right? We just got to wait to see who actually gets it, right?
Yeah, that'd be cool to see.
once you have them in, it's just whoever selects, right?
Yeah.
Glenn was asking, no, there was no more trade. You were the only trade for today.
Cliff Martinez sent me a trade, but I can't do it just yet. I gotta wait and see. I'm not going to reveal the trade unless he wants to reveal it.
Tyler Burbeck says, what happens if China attacks Taiwan and Beijing goes after China? I think he's trying to say, I'm guessing the people. Is that what he's trying to say?
Okay, yeah. Well,
there's been some weird developments going on in the inner struggles of the leadership in China. It's really strange. Supposedly, there's like a certain conference that they have every year. They've canceled that. Their defense minister, he has been so quote unquote convicted of corruption. There's some weird shit going on in their internal politics. No doubt about it.
Yeah. Dude, Los, I'd be down to go with you, homie. I will bring the edibles. We'll make it happen.
Oh my
We'll make it happen.
I'm telling you, right, I have no affiliation with what will be or Los D does. They do not represent the Fine Military History Chronicles website or YouTube channel.
I mean, maybe we are the aliens. You just don't know it.
Oh, maybe. Maybe.
I remember we had. Oh, did I tell you that I got? Okay. Do I want to tell this story? All right, sure, whatever. I mean, what's it gonna hurt? So, people were like, people did this investigation like on our base.
Mm-hmm.
We had because they were trying to see if we were doing anything with the animals on post. And anyways, long story short, on base we had this thing called a blood lab, and the blood lab is where you practice your skills as a medic on actual living animals.
Mm.
They don't live afterwards, obviously. They're there to help you as a medic get your skills. Anyways, there's these reporters out there in front of this whole thing because it's an open post. That's Fort Sam Houston. It's open post, so they're out there with their videotapes and everything. And I'm going through there, and we're pulling this crate out. It's got a goat in it, and it's all covered up. And we dropped the damn crate because one of the damn privates was just a weak one. And the freaking the rug falls off the crate. The goat's sitting there going, just screaming and yelling and bucking and stuff. And this guy goes, "Oh my God, you believe this?" And it was on the freaking news, man.
Oh,
ended up in the freaking news as a big old thing. Yeah, so there's your aliens. It was actually goats.
Is it okay? Well, there you go.
Yeah, it's goats, man.
Dan said he asked me a question. Where did I miss it?
Oh, Dan was talking about if you miss your first wave parties, go to your second, and yes, it does.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Okay.
It automatically does all that.
Okay, gotcha. So if I put in 3 and I don't get the first one, I get the second one?
Yeah, then if you don't get that one, go to the third one.
Can you get all 3 of them?
Yeah. So the only way you wouldn't be able to do this if you put for an actual player. So, like for example, like if your second pick was for a player, and then the third pick was also for the same player, just in case it didn't work out, you don't want to get the second one. You want to get the third one in that circumstance.
Okay. We get this. Add.
Yeah. So let me see.
There it is.
Let me see here. There's some good waiver wire pickups right now. Well, it's a little early to say, but Kyle says, "Eric, I've hit you up 3 times on X. I'm terrible with it. Have you gotten anything?
You have? Let me see what you got here.
Some is baseball and some is aviation.
No.
Or I don't know what I'm doing wrong, or you hate me.
No, I haven't seen any of your stuff, man.
I don't think he hates you.
No, I haven't seen any of your stuff come through, man.
Oh,
what are you doing, Kyle? What are you doing?
You send your Air 51 stuff. That's what's happening. It's getting blocked. Mirage Man, yeah, that's a good one. Man, I tell you what. Oh, damn, blows. Hey, on and anybody that's interested on HBO Max, there is a was it Barney and Betty Hill out there? And was it Barney and Betty Hill in Connecticut? They were abducted by aliens back in the day, and they have a documentary about it. It is freaking wild, man.
Is it really?
Yeah, Jesus.
You know, one of my favorite movies is still. Oh my God! Why can't I think? Fire in the Sky. I love that show.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I love that show.
Hey, and there's another one that's a follow up to that. Not too long ago, they did. They interviewed all those guys that were there. Those guys weren't bullshitting, man.
No.
Simple loggers. They weren't bullshitting.
They weren't out there to. That's a great movie. I don't know if there's any truth to it or not, but it seemed pretty cool.
Oh man, I mean, I don't know how you'd make that up to begin with. And then the timeline and all that. Oh yeah, Johnny. I remember watching Fire in the Sky when I was a little kid with my parents, and that messed the scene where the needle goes into his. I'm like, oh man, that messed me up for. I wasn't able to sleep after that one. That gave me little nightmares.
Oh, the needle in the eye. Ooh.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
But I mean, think about it like this though. What's the point of abducting us though? Like, I mean, just trying to terrorize us? Like, I don't understand that, because you even have the Bible. People reporting seeing UFOs in the freaking Bible. You know, they've been around forever. You know, it's crazy. And even before that, you got people drawing on rocks about UFOs. It's like, what the hell? These guys know our buttholes better than we do.
That's pretty good. In the film, there was this cargo ship that lost power and runs into a bridge.
Which one was that?
Pretty good. No, I know what he's trying to talk about. What just happened?
Oh,
I think he's being sarcastic,
ew.
But it's pretty good. I like it. Also, Kyle was sending some awesome planes, and yeah, I'm always retweeting. If you're following me, Kyle, you'll see the stuff that I'm retweeting or reposting. I guess it's called now.
Probably right, Johnny. I guess you're just assholes.
Aliens built the Egyptian pyramid. I've seen the Egyptian pyramids. I don't think it's aliens. Just saying. I know. Oh, he wasn't kidding.
Oh wait, no. Okay, so there's an actual movie.
Oh, so you're not talking about what just happened. You're talking about something that actually ran into.
All right, this is some butterfly effect shit going on here now, guys. My mind is blown. What the hell is going on? I'm about to watch this now. God, are you serious?
All right, go for it, Kyle.
You gotta be choking me. Hold on, I gotta look this up. I'll go to computer B over here. No, Mark, I wish I was though. I'll be on one here in another 30 minutes.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to shut it down here. I'm not gonna go much longer now.
I'll take
maybe here in another 4 minutes.
I usually do about 40 milligrams before I go to bed. That's 4 of them. Got all kinds of goodies, man. I swear, if like somebody walked in here and opened,
I really wanted a secret at Area 51. Wait, what is
it?
The pilot for the lone gunman was based on a passenger plane flying into the World Trade Center about a decade before. Yeah,
my go-to.
That was there was a Tom Clancy book talking about a 747 crashing into a football stadium during the Super Bowl. That was written, about a decade before, right?
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember the name of that Clancy book.
I like these.
That is correct, Kyle, but all together.
There you go, Mark. Stizzy. That's my go-to.
It's called Leave the World Behind. That's what Senior said.
Leave the World Behind. Oh, yeah. Okay. I know what he's talking about. That's crazy. I don't know. I don't know if they have Stizzy in Arizona. I think this is California, but I'll have to figure it out when I get down there. I know it's legal over there, too. So Leave the road behind. I bet Area 51's got a good defect. I bet you that.
I bet they do.
My God.
Yep.
That's the one thing if there's one thing I miss about the Army was the defect. The wall of pies. You guys have a wall of pies?
What the hell is that?
You have a wall of pies when you walk in a defect? Big old dessert section, man.
Oh, though, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking
pies, you got parfaits, you got cookies.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I know what you're talking about.
See, I'm a fat kid, man. That's what I wasn't fat then. I was pretty svelte.
Oh, yeah, we got to figure out where we're going to go eat, man.
Yeah. Shit, Daddy-O's is interesting out there by Mather.
Yeah. That's what, right? That's only about 40 minutes or so away from me.
Nah, yeah. I was thinking about that. If you come out here, that'd be even longer.
Matter of fact, I got to run out. Wow, shit, I can't do it tomorrow because I got to run out to McClellan tomorrow for VA.
Yeah, I got to get my eye checked here from the VA pretty soon too. I got one working eye.
Whoa! Wow. Okay.
My right eye, my right eye is blurry as all hell. I don't know what's going on. So.
You're getting the Dan treatment now.
I'm getting the Dan treatment at an early age, apparently.
Damn. But yeah, we'll have to figure that out. Maybe I don't know if you want to do it this weekend or something. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we can figure it. We could talk. We could play it by ear.
Yeah, sounds good. 17 minutes. Yep. So once I get my waivers in, then I'm gonna set my lineup and be ready to go.
Giants play tomorrow, and I have Musgrove in my lineup for tomorrow. So
nice. Good
is
deal.
he playing? Is he got to start tomorrow? I don't think he does. Oh no, he doesn't. That's on Friday. Never mind. He's out of my lineup.
Let me see if I got something from. Hey, I see Kyle McKiernan. Let me give him. What does he got here? Oh, look at that. F-16 with external fuel tanks. Going vertical in Afterburner. I like it. Nice. Very well. Like it, Kyle. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Just wear an eye patch. Yeah. I have a big little scar on my stomach from appendicitis. I usually tell people I got into a fight. Got stabbed. That's where it comes from.
There you go. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for joining Military History Chronicles. Come back again maybe this time next week. We're gonna have to figure out time because with post games, because when they have a night game at home, man, we're not gonna be done. Probably about this time. About about 10:30. I don't know. Well, it depends when the time the game ends.
Yeah. Some must go long, man.
Yeah, some can go long, but they've been going shorter, maybe 2 hours, 2.5, or 2.5 to 2:45, something like that. Thanks, Glenn. Appreciate it. Thanks, Val. No problem, Kyle. All right, guys. Don't know what the next topic will be. Just stay tuned, and we'll figure it out. Will, if you could think of anything, just let me know, man.
Yeah, I will. I got a few ideas. I bounce off you.
Cool. Sounds good. All right, guys. Again, thanks for joining. We'll see you tomorrow on NorCal Sports Network for our first game of the season, guys. Here we go. Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it. Thanks, Bo. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
See ya.
30.